Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Journeyman Football Manager with Zebu Nation. And here we are, still with the Wolves, still in the Premier League. And where are we at here? We are 10 games in. This is, I guess, our first quarter review of the 2020 season in the English Premier League. And here we are, sitting comfortably in 7th place after 10 games, not too far out of the top of the league. And we separated ourselves definitely from the bottom of the league. So we're very, very securely right now mid-table. After 10 games, we've got 5 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses for a total of 17 points, a +3 goal differential. So we're looking just sort of okay. We're not great. We're not blowing it out of the park at the moment, but you know what? We're doing pretty good. So let's take a look at the stats. And the stats right now are definitely fluid, definitely in flux, only 10 games in. But we can get sort of an idea of where we're at. Arsenal, top of the league in goals scored, already scored 30 goals this season. So they're just pulling away the way Man U pulled away last season. Headers completed, we're there, 7th place, 59% of our headers completed. That's a little bit lower than in seasons past, but it's still, marginally acceptable. Average rating, our passing is up a little bit, or at least our possession is up a little bit this season. We're in 8th place, 52% of possession, so we're not necessarily dominating the ball, but we're doing pretty well with the ball. We're at least holding our own in terms of possession. Tackles, we're not up there in tackles. We're counterattacking a little bit less this season, trying to hold possession a little bit more, and so our tackling is down. Least conceded, though. Very good. Our defense is holding strong from where it was last season. We were a pretty good defensive team last year, and we're doing that again this season. We've only allowed 9 goals in 10 games, so that's pretty good. And that has also gotten us up here on the shutouts list. We're tied for 3rd with 4 shutouts this season, along with Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man United. They are just killing it with 7 shutouts in 10 games. That's pretty good. That's a good way to get to the top of the table right there. Most fouls, Man United also up there, but we are 5th in the league, 131 fouls already. That's quite a bit. So our tendency to get stuck in is still there, and our tendency to mark tightly is still there. So that's going to cause fouls. There's just almost no way to avoid it unless you've got a really, really disciplined team, which we do not because we've got a fairly young team. Let's see. Most passes completed, not on this list. So our possession is up, but our passing is still not that great. So we got to fix that. Crosses completed, 4th, 13%. That's usually where it stays all season long, right around 13 to 14%. Anywhere around there is going to get you top of the league, even though it seems pretty pitiful, but whatever. In comparison, it's all right. And then hitting the target, we're not on this list. Arsenal is number 1 with a bullet, 54% of their shots on target. That's more where we want to be. So in terms of going forward this season in the next 10 games, some things I'd like to see improve. I'd definitely like to see shots on target improved. I'd definitely like to see our passing percentage improve and our goals scored. I'd like to get up here in the list of the at least the top 8, somewhere in the top 8. I think that would show a marked improvement on offense. All right. So that's our competition-wise. We got the FA Cup and the EFL Cup coming up later this season, but right now we haven't played in any of those competitions yet, have we? No, wait, we were knocked out by Newcastle in the EFL Cup. I totally glossed over that. Take a look at the schedule real quick. Yeah, so we beat Portsmouth in the first round, or the second round, I guess. We entered in the second round. Beat Portsmouth and then lost to Newcastle. That was kind of rough outing there. We lost 1-0 and 2-1. Just couldn't get our offense going at all, and they shut us down defensively. So I guess hats off to them. So we can take a look here at our last 10 games, and you can see the progress that we've made. It's been okay. Had a little bit of rough patch there in the middle, losing to Newcastle twice, once in the EFL Cup and then again in the Premier League. But other than that, we've been pretty good. A 2-0 loss to Man U, not the worst thing in the world. Very disappointing loss early in the season, 2-0 to Southampton. But we did have some good games. You saw our first game of the season versus Sheffield Wednesday. beat them 3-1. We had another television game where we beat Man City 3-0. I mean, we really dominated that match, and I thought that was going to kickstart us onto this, first half of the season and show that we were a real contender. But then the Newcastle games kind of stopped our flow a little bit, and we came back with draw Hull, draw Chelsea, a 1-0 defeat of Everton, and 2-1 of West Ham. So we've played some pretty good teams at the top of the league here. You look at, there's Chelsea, there's Man City, there's Newcastle, there's Southampton, there's Sheffield Wednesday. So we've played a lot of really good teams, a lot of teams at the top of the league, and we've held our own. So I think we're doing pretty good. I think our team, is poised to make a run once we start playing some of the lower division teams, and we can really make a name for ourselves. All right, let's move on from that. Let's go down the checklist, the patented checklist. Finances, we'll start there. We're looking pretty good. Still have $70 million in the bank. We're still a very, very wealthy club at the moment. Transfer budget is down to $34 million. As you can see, our original budget was $61 million. So we actually spent some money there. You can kind of guess where we're going to go with this. You're going to see our transfers in a minute. But we've definitely spent some money on the transfer window. And we got a little bit more approval from the board. We're now able to keep 100% of our transfer revenue. The board has been kind of stingy with that recently. But they've finally given us full favor, and now any transfers we make, we get to keep the revenue and add that to the club, so that's outstanding. Payroll budget, as you can see, it's an $80 million payroll budget. We're currently only spending $58 million, but we've committed to spending $70, so again, that speaks to some transfers that we're going to look at a little bit later. So let's go to the board. Job security, we are still very, very secure, 67%. We've had some other teams sniffing around, knocking on the door, but every time that happens, the board comes to us and says, hey, what can we do to keep you? And so we're looking very, very secure here with the Wolves. And, some of the things they've done for us is improve the facilities. Training facilities will be completed in November. Youth facilities will be upgraded for a second time in December. So, that's really what I want out of this club, out of, when they ask me what do you want, it's not like bigger salary or bigger transfer budget or any of that. It's better facilities. That's really what I'm looking for. And part of the reason is because you look at our under 18s, the quality just isn't quite there yet. We got a couple of decent guys, but really nobody to match the guys that we got from our original haul of under 18s a couple of seasons ago. Those guys are guys we're trying to move up. Don't want to look at Arsenal under 18s. Those are the guys we're trying to move up into the starting lineup currently, but we've got no new crop of players coming behind them. So hopefully if we can improve our facilities, improve our coaching, improve our level, we'll start getting better and better recruits. So that's good. So that's pretty much all we got to look at for the board. Club-wise, we're still rich. We're still a 3.5 star. We got no continental competition, so our reputation isn't going to be going up anytime soon. You can see our top goal scorer, Chuba Akpom, with 5. Colin McGregor and Patrick Schick are leading assist makers with 3 apiece. And then most players of the match, Luke Garbett. So we're looking pretty good there. There's our jerseys. There's our stuff and things. All right. So I guess we'll get to the transfers. And as you can see here, we got 2 incoming transfers. They're not huge money signings, but they're all right. First of all is Joris Gagnon from Ivory Coast, 23-year-old central defender. This guy's pretty cool. I saw this guy, only 23 years old. He's got 4 international caps, so that's why we were able to bring him in pretty easily on a transfer. He's gonna join us shortly. He's not joined us just yet. But you look at this guy, he's a powerhouse. He's a pillar back there on the back line. He's only 6 foot tall, but he's got 18 strength. Nobody's pushing this guy around. 14 jumping reach. He's got fitness. He's got pace. He's got, very good physicals back there. His mentals are very good as well. He's got bravery, determination, positioning, work rate. Not the greatest you've ever seen, but very, very capable. Same thing with his technicals. He's got it where it counts. Tackling, marking, heading. First touch is okay as well. Passing is okay. So this guy's going to be a very, very strong central defender for us. Going to improve that defense even more. And then Farid Karimi, a 21-year-old Iranian who already has 30 caps for the national team. It's another reason why, like I said, the international guys get work permits easier for whatever reason. I mean, I guess it's in the rules. But anyway, he's a midfielder, a playmaker for us. You look at his physicals are pretty good. They're okay. You know, he's got some speed and some agility and some acceleration. He can make some moves. But where this guy really excels are his mentals and his technicals. You know, he's aggressive, he's got composure, leadership, vision, very good mental stats. And then his technicals, really good. 18 passing, 17 first touch, 14 technique. So this guy's going to be a really, really solid playmaker for us in the middle of the field. Now, you may be asking yourself, isn't there some people missing? Didn't you have like a whole bunch of transfers last time you looked? Like at the beginning of the season, going into the Premier League, we had 3 or 4 guys on our transfer list that we had supposedly, put the bids out. But you know what? All of those bids failed. They all pulled out. They got poached by other teams. I think that big time midfielder we were looking at from Germany got poached by Everton, I think, or one of the other teams in the Premier League swooped in, stole him out from under us. So what I decided at that point was, you know what, I'm just out of my depth when it comes to being a general manager here in the Premier League. So I've decided to turn that over to my actual general manager, make him earn a paycheck for a change, and not turn it over completely, but basically whenever I see a guy that I want to add to the squad, I just say, you know what, general manager dude, you take care of it. You go get this guy. So what I do is I go to like scouting. I find somebody I want, like let's see here, Yusuf N. Nasiri. Guy's looking pretty good. Got great finishing, great pace, 6'2". He can play the wing. He can play striker. He's left-footed, so he gives us some versatility out there. You know what? Let's go sign this guy. Transfer. Add as a transfer target. Boom, there you go. He's added to the list. And if our general manager can go out and get him, he'll go out and get him. If not, then, I'm not wasting my time on this. So our general manager is Kevin Thelwell. He's a 2-star dude. You can look at him. He's got pretty good stats. His judging abilities, very good. 16 and 15. Level of discipline, 18. So this guy, he can work with youngsters. He's a very cool, very good bureaucrat. You don't really call them bureaucrats, I don't think. He's a businessman, I suppose. I don't know. Whatever he is, he's a general manager, and he can go out and get our players, and then we don't have to worry about it. So there you go. All right. So that's enough of that. I think we've gone through everything else. Training, staff. Nobody cares about that. Our staff is completely filled up. Got the one of the best staffs in the Premier League when it comes to actual coaching. Our scouting could use some work. Our physio, we're above average at everything, so that's good enough. Now, something interesting. I don't know if you've noticed. You've probably seen this if you're watching any Football Manager videos. You've probably noticed that FM18 is coming out, and they finally released like a little promo video on what to expect from the next FM18. And one other thing they kind of stressed was that data analysts are actually going to be a thing. They're actually going to be, important next season for scouting, for looking at trends in your team, and figuring out where your injuries are coming from, where your best production's coming from, where your worst production's coming from. And there's going to be a whole new side of the data analysts. So that's pretty cool, because right now we got 3 data analysts, and basically they give us, one report a week that I kind of look at, but not really. And, I'm paying these guys thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars to basically produce one report for me. So hopefully next season, or next version of the game in 2018, they're going to be much more helpful and do all that. So if you're interested in all the new features coming up, you can look at the video. It's on the Football Manager website. It's on their YouTube. It's on their Twitter. It's everywhere out there right now, so you can just look it up. And it's kind of a weird little production. It's like they took some cues from some of the other streamers who do like interviews, and they do like press conferences and stuff like that. So they did their own little news thing. They brought some people out to pretend they're like newscasters getting the scoop on FM18. So it was, kind of a fun little video, and yeah, it doesn't quite tell you everything, but it lists a lot of the rumors and it confirms a lot of the rumors, like the data analysts, like there's going to be new scouting, there's going to be new forms of drafts and recruiting. And what else did they stress? Oh yeah, of course, the new match engine they're all about the new match engine. And I personally love the match engine, so that's very good news. And some other things. Whatever I remember, I'll talk about during the game. So let's get to the game. Match preview. Who do we got here? Not the English FA Cup. We are playing Derby, or Derby, however you wish to pronounce it. Harby, I believe, is how they pronounce it. Yeah, we're playing these guys, and let's go. So here's the team we've been going with lately. Of course, the diamond formation. We got Minole in goal, Smith and George Lopez, 20-year-old Mexican left back, one of our recent signees. He's been, getting some experience there at the left-hand side. We got, of course, House and Mawson in there. So we've had some injuries of late. Luke Garbett is injured. Danny Bath has been injured. He's still in the recovery phase. He's only at 87%. So, we've had to have some new guys in there, some new blood, and it's been all right. It's been all right. James McCarthy, of course, at the defensive midfielder. Been getting a little bit more time for Sheaf in the midfield. McGinn and Molina, of course, at the advanced playmaker. Gantz and Akpom have kind of settled themselves in as the starters in terms of our strikers. So that's been pretty good. Let's see, anything else to note of our team? Not particularly. Yeah. Pretty much the same guys doing the same things as last season. Let's bring Connor Cody back in. No reason to have him sitting on the bench at 100%. So there we go. We got our starting midfield in for really the first time all season. We've had all four of these guys healthy. McCarthy, Cody, McGinn, and Molina. Everybody looking solid. All right, let's go. Proceed to the match. Yeah. So yeah, we got the Man City and Chelsea game on the background here. The match of the day. I think it's halftime right now. Got NASCAR coming up next. I don't think we'll be watching that. We'll probably be watching some college football. Let's see. Courtney House is set to make his 150th league appearance for the club today. Just how much does that mean to everyone? Yeah, he's truly fantastic. Let's see. You've left Dennis Zakaria out. Why is that? I don't know. He's just being rested, I suppose. So Zakaria is a guy we've been moving him all over the field. He's been playing center defense. He's been playing midfield. He's been playing defensive midfield. Just wherever we need a guy, putting him in there, and he's been very, very commendable in that role. I'm happy to have him coming off the bench and doing what he does. All right, let's close down on these advanced players. Even though it's already set up in our team, I don't trust that. All right, so looks like Cresswell is going to come forward. So let's give an extra markage and closage on Cresswell just in case he gets a little freaky deaky there from the fullback position. Passionately, come on guys, we're the favorites here. Show me what you can do. What are our instructions? Control. Been trying to control the ball a little bit more. Let's work the ball in the box. Be expressive, all that stuff. Let's go. All right. Molyneux Stadium, we've been having pretty good crowds. We sold out some of our early games. Mostly our television games get really good coverage. So this is another television game. And of course, we get $1.5 million for every television game. So that's awesome. All right, Mawson and House have been playing pretty well at the defense. Cody, he's been getting supplanted a little bit here and there, but he is still our best ball-winning midfielder. Offsides from Akpom. He's been playing that complete forward role. Been doing pretty well in that. Still have Diamantacos coming off the bench should we need him. There's Gantz. Gantz has come back into favor because he's basically been, more of a threat than any of our other strikers. More consistently getting shots on target. And that's definitely what we're looking for. Saw our stats earlier in the season where our shots on target are not that great, or at least we're not in the top 8. So hopefully having him up there will help that. Him and Ekpom can not turn the ball over like that. Would be nice. See if our fullback can make the tackle. He cannot. Mawson clears it up on the back line. House can't clear it, but Minolet is there for the stop. Pretty easy save. It's getting a little chilly these days. It's, getting to be autumn time, so I got my hot cocoa has made a comeback. I'll take a sip there. Cross is errant, so we'll get the goal kick out of that one. And they're right back at it. I'm not happy with their highlights. Here's Gill with the corner. Minolet drops the friggin' ball, man. What are you doing? Routine play turns into a garbage goal. Here's a replay corner on the far side. Gill. It's a lot of traffic there. Can't quite tell. Looks like maybe a couple of our guys might have tipped it away from their own goalkeeper, so that's no good. Here they are on the counterattack. I'm not liking all these highlights. Definitely not liking all these highlights. Gill again, their playmaker on the outside. Gets it to Thorne. So I got to figure out what's going on. NASCAR playoff format. I don't think I like that. All right. Anyway, got the TV on in the background. I need to not pay attention to that. They're getting too many highlights. We got to figure out what we're doing wrong here. Let's go back to standard. And not work the ball in the box. Let's try to get some highlights of our own here. Get some shots on goal. All right. Let's win the ball and get back downfield. There's Cresswell. He did come forward, like I said. Ince, there we go. Smith finally gets a tackle out there. McCarthy just sends it downfield. Our ratings are average, 6.7, 6.8. Struggling to cope, winning our fair share of headers. All right, we at least got some kind of shot on goal. Looks like they've gone to the control scheme here. Passing it short out of the goal and trying to control the ball. So we need to get some steals and quick counterattacks. There we go. Mawson wins that header on the back line, but nobody's there to recover it. Cresswell again coming up from his fullback, making us all kinds of problems. Got a man open in front of the net. Ouch. We are looking terrible. Terrible. Here's the replay. Cresswell again from his fullback position. Gets it up to Ince. And there's Aurier for the header. Not happy about that. All right, boys. You're down 2. Let's get some back. Lopez to McGinn. Gets it out wide to Smith. Now, they've been primarily coming down this left-hand side and taking advantage of Smith's aggression here. They have to have McCarthy back there to clean it up. McCarthy and Mawson have been doing a lot of work making up for Smith. Cresswell again sending it forward to Gill. Oh, nice stop by Minolet. You boys need a pep talk. How about show some passion out there? Here's another highlight. Cresswell. Again, taking advantage of Smith. There's House on the back line. Get that steal. Come on. Tome to Vieira. Again to Cresswell. There's Smith making a play finally. Now let's see what we can do with it. Cody to Molina to McGinn. There we go. Get the ball to our playmakers. Let's see what we can do. Nice pass up to Molina. Molina looking for the strikers. Their defensive line is packed back there. They're looking pretty solid. See if Lopez can break something free. The young Mexican centers it to Cody. Cody out wide to Smith. Smith hounded again. Has to drop it all the way back to McCarthy. Up to Molina. He makes a play to Akpom. Akpom looking for the shot. Gets it on target at least. So at least we got a highlight there. We get a corner out of it on the far side. Molina. Oh, foul by Cody. Come on. Oh. There's a wreck on the NASCAR track. Old number 93 looks to be out of commission. All right, here we go. Free kick. Mawson's taking our free kick. Interesting. He almost scores there off the crossbar. Nobody there to recover. Akpom's offsides anyway. At least we're getting highlights. They're dropping back. I mean, they got a 2-goal lead. They're just trying to protect their lead at the moment. See, McGinn chases down that free kick. Centers it to Molina. Molina up to Gantz. Gantz, not the greatest shot in the world. Just tries to chip it on. Oh, that driver's going to be so mad. 33 spins out, and then 93 whacks right into him. They hate it when that happens. All right, here's Molina. Free kick. Can't quite get it on goal. Why did Mawson take that other free kick? I don't know. Doesn't seem right to me. But anyway, we have not been good enough. Let's be assertive. I expect to see much better from you in the second half. Let's go attacking in the second half. Let's see what we can do. I mean, we're already doing everything else. I guess we'll close down more. And basically, let's go. How about that? How's that for a halftime speech? Let's go. All right, here we go. On the far side, Derby's trying to, or Darby, or however you want to pronounce it. I don't care. Cresswell again. There's a nice tackle from McCarthy. McCarthy should be our tackling machine back there. He should never miss a tackle. 18 tackling. Gantz is struggling at a 6.4. Akpom is even worse at a 6.2 rating. Here's Smith now trying to throw it in to Gantz. No good. It looks like Smith's going to get it back on the far sideline. Drops it to McCarthy, to McGinn, looking forward to Molina. There he is. To Akpom, to Gantz. Here's our opportunity. Nice. Nice. All right, we got one back, boys. There's Gantz. There's Gantz. That's why he's playing. He scores. He scores the ball. Here it is. One touch, and then just a nice little tap past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper. All right, boys. We've got one back. Plenty of time left. Not even at the 60-minute mark. Let's crank it up. Gantz skyrocketed up to a 6.9 rating with that goal. Akpom to a 6.6 thanks to the assist. Tommy Smith, though. We got to do something about you, my friend. We can, Sheaf, again, he is our all-star. He's our guy who can play pretty much anywhere. So I'm going to put him at fullback attack because he's got those midfielder skills. He's got some crossing and some dribbling. He's 6 foot tall. He's got the jumping reach, all that, tackling, marking. He's good enough. He can play fullback, no problem. 22-year-old. He is our hatchet man, our guy who can play anywhere. And we still got, Zakaria, who likewise can play lots of different places all up and down the middle of the field. Central defense, defensive midfielder, midfield center. And then our youngster Keith Blake can come in also at defensive midfielder. And Alan Taylor. We got all kinds of people in the middle field. We don't necessarily need Sheaf. We could also think about bringing in Diamantakos for Akpom, because Akpom's looking frustrated, but we'll give him a little bit more time. I think right now we'll stick just with getting Smith out of there, because he's the guy who's been getting taken advantage of. So here we go. There's a free kick from Gill. Oof. Aurier heads it just above the net. That could have been bad. If they get a third, I think we're out of luck. Here we go. Let's get this steal and turn it around. There's our man McCarthy. Gets the steal. Forward to Gantz. Gantz. Can he get it to Ekpom? He does. He's... that was such a bad touch, my friend. What are you doing? 68 minutes down. I think we need to make a change up top. Get out Mr. Frustration. You know, Diamantacos can play that complete forward role, so we might as well do it. Connor Cody is sitting there with a 6.5 rating, even though he's fired up. He does have a yellow card. We could take him out and bring Zakaria in. I mean, that would be our third sub. I don't know. We'll save that for a minute. I really don't want Cody to get red carded. That would be disastrous. Here's Molina with the free kick. Sends it in. Mawson can't get a head on it, but Sheaf tracks it down. Molina, bad touch, but he recovers, makes a play to McGinn. McGinn looking for support. Nobody there. Has to drop it back to McCarthy. To Cody. Back to McCarthy. Our two yellow cards passing it back and forth to each other. McGinn has been pretty silent lately. Cody gets it forward to Gantz. He looked off sides, but not quite. Get there. Get there. Oof. That ball was just sitting there on the line. Ekpom could not get there to knock it in. Almost 70 minutes. Here's the substitution. There's Sheaf taking a free kick. Almost snuck that in the corner. Couldn't quite do it. 73 minutes down. Gantz offsides again. Don't like that. Lopez still sitting at 6.4 rating. Don't like that. Here's the throw-in from the youngster. Risky throw-in to McGinn. That's okay. Sheaf wins it on the far side. Gets it forward to Cody. Cody sneaks it forward to Gantz. Can't beat the defender to the ball. Sheaf, though, tracks it down on that right-hand side. That was a good substitution, bringing Sheaf in. Mawson sends it forward to Cody. Nice header down to Molina. McGinn, wide open. He's got space to work. He's got men in the box. There's Diamantacos. Wins a corner out of it. Not exactly an electrifying play, but he at least does the yeoman's work and gets us a corner out of it on the near side. Here's McGinn lofting it high to Sheaf. Gets the header. Who was that man on the near post? Who's that man? It's one of our defenders. Oh, nice steal from Molina to Cody. Gets it back forward to Diamantacos. Diamantacos, come on. Broheim, what are you doing? We're getting our chances. Lopez with a nice steal. Up to Diamantacos, gliding across the field. Maybe they'll fix that in the next match engine. I don't know. Molina looking out wide to Lopez, the youngster, the young Mexican, sends it into Diamantacos. What a play! What a play by the youngster. Gets an assist. I knew we put our faith in him for good reason. Look at that. Gets it out wide. Great pass from Molina. One touch cross. Perfection to Diamantacos with the equalizer. 80 minutes down. All right, boys, let's go get the winner. How about that? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. 80 minutes down. We still got time. Still have time. Ratings are going up. Here's Mazzucci to Gill. McCarthy with a great steal. Gets it up. Diamantacos can't win the header. But Lopez with another great steal from the youngster Diamantacos. Can he get it forward? Lopez on the run, trying to be the hero. Quadruple covered. Gets it to Diamantacos, who fires it wide. Would have been a great pass. A spectacular place for a pass, my friend. My Greek friend Diamantacos. That would have been a nice place to pass it to one of the four guys who were rushing towards the goal. But no, there's Mawson winning a header. Gill tracks it down, but again, there's that midfield. We do have a very fine... Diamantacos, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got a goal, and now what? You're just going to be happy with the tie? Not happy with that. Not happy with that. House wins it. There we go. We got the 2-2 draw. We sacrificed. We salvaged. Came back. It was a nice comeback. I guess we'll calmly say yes, jolly good comeback, old chaps. But not happy with Diamantakos, even though he got the goal. Not happy with his effort towards the end of the match. I mean, he did finish with a 7.2 rating. It's hard to come down too hard on that guy, but I don't know. The effort wasn't there. I think his attitude's a little poor at the moment. Take a look at his attitude. It was poor coming into the game, but he's got good happiness now that he scored a goal, I guess. Maybe that's just it. He needed a little kick in the fanny, scoring the goal. But I don't know. Ekpom could have played better. 6.4 rating, not great. Gantz, second half he brought it together. 6.9 rating, got that goal. So that's good. But our midfield were the guys who really salvaged it for us. All the tackles that they win. It's such a tough duo on the back side of that with Cody playing the ball winner and McCarthy playing the defensive midfielder. Those two guys, they hoover up a lot of balls on the back end there. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, post-match analysis. That brings us up a point past Tottenham for the 6th place momentarily. They've still got a game to play. But, we'll take that as a positive for now. So Derby escapes the drop zone. So they must be at the bottom of the league. Yeah, there they are down in 17th. So that's a game we should have won, honestly. Look at this Stoke. What is Stoke doing at the bottom of the league? How humiliating is that? What's up with these guys? Superb training facilities, excellent facilities. They're a rich team. Tradition, history, what's up with this? It's bad luck. It's bad luck for Stoke. All right. So what do we got coming up in the next 10 games? Watford, Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal. That's a tough group right there. Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal. Are those the top 3 teams? No, they're close. Where's Tottenham 7th? So it's, 3 teams at the top of the league, but we also got Watford, Leicester. There's old Stoke. There's some winnable games down here, but, we got a lot of tough games coming up, too. I was hoping for more of a cushy schedule. Looks like the cushy schedule. No, I was going to say at the bottom of the schedule. We do have Brentford, Bournemouth, and Stoke for our final 3 games. So that's pretty good. But anyway, next 10 games looks up and down. Looks 50-50 in terms of difficulty versus, ease of play. So we'll see how we do. We'll come back for the mid-season review. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.